Welcome back everyone to the greatest show on tube. Today we're going to be cooking one of my personal favorite discadas out there, and we're going to be doing these beef short ribs, and I chose these because of the bone, to get some bone marrow in there, and because of the high fat content, the high marbling that these short ribs have. And I'm cutting them by sections based off of the bone, so since these are by 3 bones, I'm cutting them in 3 sections, if that makes sense. Pretty simple. And then this is some chuck eye beef right here. It's, in my opinion, it's a lot better than regular beef chuck, because this is the I've said it before, it's basically, to me, it's like a cross between ribeye and beef chuck. So you know, you get chuck eye, but yeah, to me this is probably one of the better cuts out there, and it's a lot cheaper too than ribeye, and it tastes, I mean, tastes just as well. So yeah, so we're gonna be cutting this up into just slice them and dice them in any way you want, really. But so here we have the as you can see, the marbling in this bad boy, it's pretty good. That fat crust, I always tell people when they go get meat to always look for as much marbling as you can. So the fat crust that you see there, that wouldn't be counting as marbling. What would count as marbling is the red part, or yeah, well, the red part, to see how much fat it has in between. And the more of that it has, the more juicier it's gonna be and the more tender it's gonna be. This is a choice cut, so it's the second tier from Prime. Obviously, Prime is the creme de la creme. So where I went to get this, they don't have Prime there. So if you're able to get Prime, it's a lot better, but it's gonna be a little more pricier. So, and now come the onions. One of my favorite foods out there. Onions have always baffled me, I guess, from the fact that right now when I'm peeling them, I'm probably getting a little tear-eyed, but happens to everyone. But that specific thing about onions, though, it just gets me thinking about how something so bitter when somebody's cutting them can taste so sweet once they get grilled. I don't know, I find that kind of, I mean, chilies, like when you grill them, they get a lot more spicier. So I don't know what it is with onions, but I don't know. I love onions, so either way. So yeah, I prefer to do my onions in more of a strand type of way. Do them any way you want. And then now we're gonna be cutting these potatoes, and you can do them, I mean, really any way you want, but try to get them as thin as possible. So you're probably better off doing them, slicing the potato in half and then just cutting away. The reason why you want to go thinner potato is because when we put them in our beef right now, you don't want them to take too long to cook, and then your beef gets overcooked, and yeah, so just try to do them this way. Try to do them as thin as possible. Now let's turn on the propane tank to get this disco nice and hot, and then so we can give it a good clean right before we do this cook here. And now we're gonna be adding our oil, of course, but try to be a little generous with this oil, because we're gonna have the potatoes coming in later. If you don't want to use too much oil, I mean, that's fine. But to me, this is the way I learned how to do this discada. So that's why I just keep with the tradition. But honestly, do them any way you want. As we all know, oil, there's a reason why it makes food taste so good. It's just something about oil. But anyways, so yeah, just add this oil, and then add the beef, of course, and give it a quick sear. Give that nice color, and then of course we're gonna be adding our salt. Try not to add too much salt, because we're gonna have this El Pato sauce coming later on, and that sauce has a not too high of a content of sodium in it, but it has sodium in it. So in other words, if you overdo it with this salt here, this is going to come out very salty, and obviously no one wants to have salty food. Then we're going to be adding our garlic powder. I've never tried it with whole garlic. It's something I'll probably try next time, but this is the way I learned how to do it this time, so that's why I just stay with garlic powder. But yeah, garlic, whole garlics wouldn't be a bad idea to try them next time. So just keep that in mind if you want to do it as well. And then of course we add our black pepper here. Always add salt and pepper to anything you do. Always, always, always. And now we add our potatoes in here. As you can see, the beef, it looks pretty close to being done. So it still has a little bit to go for this cook, but this is the reason why I told you guys to not make the potatoes too thick, because then it would take a little bit longer, of course, to cook, and we want to get them in there and then get them out of so our beef doesn't get overcooked. And now we're gonna add this michelada in there, which is just beer mixed with tomato juice, clamato. So the clamato, of course, because of the tomato in it. And right now the el pato sauce that we're gonna be adding, it's a tomato sauce with a bunch of other spices in there. If you don't have, by the way, if you don't have access to getting el pato sauce, use any tomato sauce that you want. But el pato sauce, it has like a it's a little bit spicy, not really. It has like that chili flavor, but it's no matter what, try to get this el pato sauce if you can, because tomato sauce it doesn't do any justice. And this sauce right here, it's wonders. Let me tell you, it really is wonders. I ended up adding 2 of the el pato sauces in there. That's once again, that's the way I learned how to do it. But add 1, add 3 if you want. I probably wouldn't recommend doing 3 because of the salt content in there, but at the end of the day, it is your cook. So you are the king of your world, and you can do your food any way you want. So yeah, we're gonna get this bad boy up to a nice little boil here to get these potatoes cooking. And don't be afraid that your beef is gonna get overcooked. It won't. That's why we added the potatoes in there before our beef was done. So I don't have a clip of where I added the onions, my favorite part. I was probably way too excited already to put them in there. But as you can see, they are in there, and this is almost done. So I mean, now we're gonna be putting this, pulling the food to the outside, so we can have the oil and the rest of that beer just drip to the middle. Then we're gonna be scooping it out so we can get this the rest of it seared again. Gives it a better flavor, or at least, I mean, I don't know, it's just the way I do it. So you can leave it like that, take it inside of the house if you want, but this bad boy is almost ready to go. And as you can see, we're putting this in a pan. You can do it in anything you want, but just try to get that liquid out of there. And now to finish this bad boy off, we're going to be pushing these contents back to the middle here. As you can see, it's pretty hot in the middle, and that's exactly what we want. So yeah, if we would have left the liquid in there for a little bit longer, it would have made these potatoes almost into mashed potatoes, which is, I don't really think you want to do the potatoes into mashed potatoes for this cook-off here. So yeah, let's just get this little last sear, and then close our propane tank, and then take this bad boy inside. So if you're going to be doing this for, I would recommend this for if you have a lot of people over at your house and you want to do something that'll blow their minds. It's very simple to do, and I did in total for the meat, I think I did almost 4 pounds, which it'll feed a lot of mouths. But I mean, this is something honestly you can do for beef, like about 6-7 pounds, and the potatoes in there included with the onions and stuff. it'll feed a lot of mouths. So this is something that trust me, whenever you cook this, people are gonna be asking, you know, hey, what did you add in here? This is that, because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that the el pato sauce in there, but this is, I've said it before, this is probably my favorite discada out there. And I mean, this is the way I'm gonna do it right here, just simple. Don't forget about the bones in there also, because you don't want to be chomping down and then have your teeth out of nowhere just break off or something, because I mean, you're biting into bone. So yeah, I highly recommend this. It's very simple. I didn't add anything else, whether it's avocado or anything. I just ate it like that because this is wondrous, trust me. Thank you for watching.